Now let me tell you all something. What Jordan Love just did. That's not just leadership. That's not just professionalism. That's legacy building right there. You want to know what separates a quarterback from a franchise QB? It ain't the arm strength. It ain't the stats. It's moments like this right here. Jordan Love didn't just show up early. He sent a message to every player in that building. I'm here. I'm locked in. And I'm bringing y'all with me. So buckle up. Let's get into it. Let's go back a few years. 2020. The Packers used a first-round pick. A first-round pick, mind you, to select Jordan Love out of Utah State. At the time, the whole NFL world said, what in the hell are the Packers? They had Aaron Rodgers, fresh off an NFC championship run. People thought this was a disrespectful move. Even Rodgers did. He turned that into MVP motivation. But for Jordan Love, he was in a pressure cooker from day one. Sat behind a future Hall of Famer. Didn't pout. Didn't make noise. Didn't run to the media. He waited. And when his time came, he delivered. Not perfectly, not instantly, but decisively. In 2 seasons as the starter, Love has led the Packers to the playoffs twice. Not only that, but he improved the team's win total year over year. His chemistry with young receivers like Jayden Reed, Romeo Doubs, and Christian Watson has been organic. Like he grew with them, not above them, not above them. Now they've paid him. 4 years. Generational money. That's trust. That's belief. And how does he respond? By showing up to training camp 4 days early with the rookies. Man, that ain't just rare. That's special. Let me ask you all something. How many Cuba Waynes around the league show up early to camp when they don't have to? Not many. Not when they're paid. Not when they're secure. Not when they're the face of the franchise. But Jordan Love, he ain't cut from the normal cloth. What he did wasn't about throwing extra passes or doing media for the kids. No, it was about being seen. It was about setting a standard. When Matthew Golden and Savion Williams walked into the building, nervous about being rookies, guess who greeted him? Cubone. The guy whose jersey their cousins probably already bought. Jordan Love didn't just show up. He showed up with purpose. And let's not downplay that camp with 600 kids either. That ain't just PR. That's root. That's Jordan Love saying, I'm building something here. Not just with the team, but with the community. That's how legends start, folks. Now let's talk football. This ain't your daddy's Packers anymore. Aaron Rodgers ain't walking through that door. And that's fine, because Brian Gutekunst built this offense in Jordan Love's image. You got Jayden Reed, that quick twitch slot receiver who turns 5-yard curls into 40-yard bursts. Christian Watson, 6'4", 430 speed, deep ball specialist. Romeo Doubs, physical, strong hands, trust target. And now they added Matthew Golden and Savion Williams in the draft. Golden's an after-catch menace. Williams is a big-bodied X-receiver with red zone upside. On top of that, they retooled the offensive line and doubled down on the running game by drafting another explosive back to pair with Josh Jacobs. They giving Jordan Love everything he needs. And in response, Jordan's putting in everything he's got. That's symbiosis, baby. This is Leadership 101. When your top guy, the face of the franchise, shows up early to work with you, it hits different. Imagine you're a rookie receiver just drafted in April. You walk into Lambeau thinking you gotta wait till Tuesday to meet QB1. Instead, he's already on the field, throwing routes, helping you adjust to the playbook. Man, that changes your whole mindset. You don't jog, you sprint, you don't guess, you study. This kind of thing becomes infectious. Coaches see it, teammates feel it. And more importantly, It makes everybody accountable. It makes everybody accountable, even the veterans who ain't due until Tuesday. They go and hear about this. And when they show up, ain't no excuse. The tone's already been set. Let's be real here. Jordan Love ain't getting the same hype as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow. But if you watch the tape, really watch it, you'll see why that might change this year. Arm strength, check. Off-platform throws, check. Mobility, check. Decision-making improved every week last season. In fact, from week 10 onward in 2024, Jordan Love was statistically a top 5 quarterback. Touchdowns, QB efficiency. He was surgical. What separates him now is consistency. And this off-season, he's made it clear. He's chasing that next tier. And look, showing up early don't win you games, but it damn sure helps you win respect. And sometimes, that's the difference in a one-score playoff game. Let's not sugarcoat it. The NFC North is up for grabs. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Kirk Cousins is in Atlanta. Justin Fields is in Pittsburgh. And Lions, yeah, they good. But are they sustainable good? Jordan Love is walking into a division where he might already be the best quarterback. You don't just win divisions with arm talent. You win AM with leadership, with trust, and with off-season work like this. Jordan Love didn't wait for the season to start to lead. He's doing it now. You want to know how Tom Brady became Tom Brady? It wasn't just the rings. It was the details, the off-season obsession, the preparation, the standard. And what we're seeing from Jordan Love right now, it's that same DNA. It's early, I get that. But if you think this move was minor, you ain't paying attention. The great ones don't lead when it's convenient. They lead when nobody's watching. What, you want to talk about timing? Let me break it down for you all. Jordan Love didn't step into a huddle full of Pro Bowl vets. Nah. He walked into a locker room filled with potential, not pedigree. Most of the Packers' skill guys, Reed, Watson, Doubs, Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, they're all on rookie deals. They didn't come in with big names, but now they out here turning into one of the most exciting, explosive young offenses in the league. Why? Because Jordan Love put in the work with them. Off-season throwing sessions, private meetups, text threads breaking down film. Love ain't just working with them. You don't force chemistry like that. You cultivate it. And now with Golden and Savion Williams added to the fold. Man, that war room might be the deepest it's been since the Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb days. And what does Love do with all that? He reports to camp early just to get a head start with them. That's a quarterback who ain't chasing stats. He's chasing wins. Stats are cool. But let's talk about what don't show up in the spreadsheet. Look, Jordan Love gave his O-line after a tough sack. Calm. Focused. That body language when a receiver dropped a ball. No finger pointing. Just, we'll get it next time. That sideline demeanor during a fourth quarter comeback in Detroit last year. Poised like a 10-year vet. You'll remember how Rodgers used to command the field. Love does it differently. Quieter maybe, but no less effective. He's got buy-in, and you don't get that with just talent. You get that with trust. You don't get the keys to Lambeau unless you're trusted to drive in the snow, baby. Now give some credit to head coach Matt LaFleur. He adjusted everything when Jordan Love took over. Gone with a check with me. Audible heavy Rodgers packages. In came repos, motion-heavy looks, layered progressions, and designed rollout. It's a modern offense, clean, creative, and built to Love's strengths. The Packers averaged nearly 27 points per game down the stretch in 2024. And that wasn't just get-hot football. That was sustainable. That was a product of structure, rhythm, and confidence in the scheme. Jordan Love is thriving because the coaching believes in him. And that belief was earned from scout team reps in 2020 to playoff wins in 2024. This man has climbed. Now listen, during the 2025 offseason, some quarterbacks hit up yacht parties. Some take Ike vacations. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But Jordan Love, he chose focus. He spent his offseason working with a private QB coach, refining footwork and eye discipline. He flew in receivers for joint workouts, hosted a mini camp in Arizona, broke down film from every 2024 iron. That ain't a quarterback trying to maintain. That's a man on a mission. Even that youth football camp, that was about more than giving back. It was about being visible, a symbol in Wisconsin. He's not just repping the team. He's repping the city now. Now you'll listen to and see. What Jordan Love just did ain't gonna show up in no box score. But believe me, it matters. You think those rookies gonna forget QB1 being there early, running routes, answering questions, setting the tone? Nah. That sticks. That builds culture, and culture wins football games. So go ahead, NFL. Keep sleeping on Jordan Love. Green Bay wide awake. And trust me, this year QB1 gonna make you remember his name. Shay out.